Today I'm standing at the T-Space Sculpture Trail in the middle of Richard Nonas' 2018 piece, Where None. 900 feet long of 80 crossed wood beams. Yesterday we learned that Richard Nonas left us at the age of 85. He was an artist that I knew for over 30 years. And I have to say that he was the real thing, unlike a lot of art today. He was absolutely soulfully committed to work that was an extension of the place that it occupied or that it transformed. And here, I think, in this piece that cuts through our landscape, it crosses the sculpture trail 3 different times, and it's a single straight line. It's an amazing work, and I'm so grateful that we had a chance to realize this with Richard and joyfully celebrate its opening. And here are some visuals from that day.
I'm going to be very brief because I've known Richard for 30 years, more than 30 years, and I want to let Richard speak a little bit. But I want to just tell a story that a long time ago, about 1992, he signed a book he gave me in my architecture studio. At that time, I didn't have any work. I was a professor, not much going on. And he signed it from space to space, place to place. And it stuck in my mind for all these 31 years, and I think in a strange way it became my book Anchoring that we published for the Museum of Modern Art exhibition in 1989. The word anchoring actually came from Mike Metz, who's sitting right here in the front row. I was trying to find a one-word title for this book, but basically it's the same concept that we, instead of making objects, we make spaces and places. So for me, and then I wrote this text that I'm not going to read. I'm not going to say anything else because I'm going to let Richard talk.
I should let Stephen talk. No, Stephen and I have been having this punctuated conversation for 30 years. Whenever we get together, or whenever I pick up something he wrote, or if he finds something that I wrote, it's the same conversation, and we're still doing it. And that's what we've been doing today as well. And it's very interesting for me to work here because I'm a sculptor, but I don't really think of myself as a sculptor. I make objects, but I'm not interested in objects. I'm interested in places. I make objects that are tools to make powerful places. Well, in a sense, that's what an architect does, or a good architect does, or a great architect does. And that really interests me, that notion of a powerful place. And the difference, for me, the difference between space and place is crucial to everything that I do, but also everything that interests me. For me, a place is space imbued with human meaning. And that interests me much more than objects. So you're going to hopefully, after you go to the other place, see this line that goes through the forest. The line itself, the object, the wood in the line, doesn't interest me. What happens when that line cuts the forest in that way and comes near to the house that Stephen built at one end of the forest and goes out over to the far ridge where the property ends, that's what interests me. What happens because that line is there. But the same token, what interests me about this is what happens when you people are all here drinking, eating, looking, walking. That's what's important about this whole thing, this whole project. So thank you for being here and enjoy it.